Workflow validators are a way to ensure inside Jira that an issue meets certain requirements before moving to the next stage. Now, unlike conditions, which hide the transition button if the requirement isn't met, validators allow users to click the transition but block the issue from progressing if the validation fails. That's a main difference, and it's a very important difference between conditions and validators. So let's create a workflow validator. To do that, you're going to click on Project Settings at the bottom left. And we're going to click on Workflows. And make sure you select the right workflow. Click on Edit Workflow on the right-hand side. And then just change it to Diagram. And what we're going to do in this tutorial is create two validators. The first one is going to be a comment required validator from the status ready for testing to in testing. Okay, so what you're going to do is select the transition, not the status, the transition between these two statuses, and you're going to click on validators. We're going to click on the Add Validator button. And again, there are a bunch of options, but this one is actually pretty common. So I think it makes sense to show you guys how it works. And we're going to click on the comment required validator. To do that, you're going to select the field required validator. Select Add. And you're going to choose the field, which is a comment. It's the fourth one. And then you might want to type in an error message. Maybe comment is required. And then we're going to click on Add. And that's going to be our first one. So again, it's not going to allow us to change from the ready for testing to in testing unless we have a comment. Okay. Now let's go ahead and publish our draft. You don't have to save a copy if you don't want to. Click on Publish. And then we're going to go back to our project and we're going to test this. So we're going to go to List and let's just choose a random issue. We'll take this second one right here. Now, if I leave a comment, let's say it's ready for testing, and I save this. Now, if I move it, it still says transition failed. Now, this error occurs because the comment required validator expects a new comment to be added at the time of the transition, not beforehand. So to fix that, we're going to close this and we're going to go back to our workflow by clicking on Project Settings. Click on Workflows, Edit Workflow, and between these two statuses in the in testing transition, we have to add a transition screen, which is where a comment is going to be. Now, I went ahead and created that screen, and it's our default screen. We're going to click on Save, and we're going to republish our workflow. Now we're going to go back to our project again. And we're going to click on the same issue. And now if we try to transition to the next status, we see our transition screen, which is exactly the place where you want to leave the comment. It's ready for testing. And now it leaves a comment, and now we're in the next status.